Oh man, have you been keeping up with the situation in San Theodoros?
Where?
San Theodoros. It's all over the news. This new dictator, General Tapioca, came to power the other day, and he held public executions for like over 100 dissidents. It's really gruesome stuff.
Oh, that's awful. Too bad he didn't read Harry Potter first, or he would know that this sort of thing never ends well.
What?
Because it's like when Voldemort took over the Ministry of Magic.
What are you talking about?
You see, what I think is going to happen is we're going to get a sort of Dumbledore's army type of situation in San Theodoros. But the question is, if this General Tapioca guy is like Professor Umbridge, then who are Harry, Ron, and Hermione going to be?
What? This is a real situation that is happening in the real world right now. How are you thinking about Harry Potter at a time like this?
Excuse me, I am part of the generation that grew up on Harry Potter. I'm just saying that if General Tapioca had read the books, he would have known that ruthlessly seeking power will always lead to your downfall.
Do you even know where San Theodoros is?
No.
Because I kind of feel like you should read a little bit about the situation before coming to your own conclusions and comparing real life people to Harry Potter characters.
That is such a Ravenclaw thing to say.
Will you stop?
You know, I used to think I was a Ravenclaw, but the last time I took the test, I got sorted into Hufflepuff. And at first I was like, excuse me, I am a Gryffindor through and through, you know?
Have you read any book other than Harry Potter?
Why?
Because all you talk about is Harry Potter, ever. Remember the other day when we were watching the news and we saw that story about a woman in our neighborhood who died saving her son from a house fire, and you were like, oh, she reminds me of Lily Potter. That's just the comparison my brain made. Don't you think that was a little crass?
Lily Potter was a hero.
Okay, name just one book you've read other than Harry Potter. Just one.
I've read plenty.
Then name one.
My Immortal.
Doesn't count.
Look, I can't help it that J.K. Rowling wrote a timeless masterpiece that happens to resonate with a lot of people. Like Harry Potter was the first book series to seriously deal with issues of class. Before then, poverty was always just a cheery aesthetic in the background. Authors were too afraid to seriously explore the implications of growing up in the lower class.
There is no way you just said that.
Not to mention, it was many children's first introduction to the concept of good and evil. It depicts a world in which children can't rely on authority figures and have to overcome obstacles and think for themselves to solve problems. Nobody had ever written anything like that before.
That is literally every children's book ever written.
Okay, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I like this book series so much. But it's just I read it as a kid and I really enjoyed it, and ever since then I've been doing everything in my power to recapture that spark, but nothing has even come remotely close. So maybe you grew up reading real literature or whatever, but these books had a formative effect on me and they shaped a lot of my early values, and there's nothing I can do about that now. So, there's nothing I can do.
Look, okay, I know, fiction can make it easier to process reality. I didn't mean to go off on you like that. I'm sorry.
Everybody has their own framework for interpreting the world, and just because my framework happens to come from a children's book series that I really liked doesn't make my framework necessarily worse. It just means I come across as kind of childish and cringy sometimes. And honestly, I'm okay with that, because the adult world is big and confusing, and nobody properly prepared anyone in my generation for dealing with it. And now I'm stuck here, and I don't know what to do. And I just want to have one piece of media, just one piece of media that I can absolutely adore without having to fear any sort of consequences.
Okay, I am sorry. I am genuinely sorry. I just think you can be a little more tactful with the Harry Potter references. Maybe sometimes you can keep them to yourself.
Sounds like something a muggle would say.
Okay, you know what? I tried. Whatever. I tried.
Muggle.
Just shut up.